Hello, and welcome to another episode of Let's Grow channel series. I'm your host Meraj Husen, and I'm very excited to introduce a very special guest today, an international student all the way from Pakistan. He is a computer science and criminal justice major and a former president of International Student Organization at Springfield College and someone who has multiple of leadership role throughout the college. And he is one of my very good friend. Let's welcome the one and only Ali Mohsin Bozdar. Welcome, Ali.
Thank you, Meraj, for having me today, and I feel really honored to be at your podcast because I have been waiting to come here and talk. So thank you for having me.
You are welcome. Thank you very much for your time to come to the podcast. We are pleasure having you here, and I know this podcast will be one of the best. I have no doubt. But before starting, I want to know, I want to give the space to tell a little more about yourself.
I would say this. Uh, let's start with my background. I am from Pakistan, especially from Kharagpur Mirs, a city in the province of Sindh, located in this south of Pakistan near Arabian Sea. I originate from a village called Bakir Bozdar. So if you listen, Bakir Bozdar and my surname Bozdar, so that tells that I'm from a tribal area. So my surname is from a tribe called Bozdar. Other than that, I am a sibling. I'm the eldest of seven children, and I'm glad to be the eldest sibling because I have a lot to learn and have a lot. I've had the opportunity to live in multiple cities and learn different languages, move. I've been moving in Pakistan from different cities, and I've changed multiple schools. I would say about 8 to 10 schools up to my high school before coming to Springfield College. So I guess like my uh, journey is a lot, but to summarize it, I would say I'm a person of curiosity and learning, and I like to learn different languages, meet different people, and I'm glad that I met you because you have been a great addition to my journey. The fun side, the laughter, the jokes. Sometimes you are too much, but you're always funny and making that giving me hope, bringing that positive energy and allowing me to be uh, happier, have that positive. On top of that, like I'm glad that there have been a lot of people in my life, other than my parents, um, as my parents are the greatest support and key in my career, my success, my life, helping me grow, helping me become a better person of myself. Other than my parents, I would say I've been lucky enough that I've got the opportunity and to meet different people, especially like you, myself, my other friends, um, my teachers, and other friends back in Pakistan, my teachers back in Pakistan, my family members back in Pakistan, my siblings. I would say my siblings. Usually, it's when you're eldest child, you're usually seen as a symbol to represent your parents, like your parents' teachings. But I was highlight that my siblings have played I would say, the role in my life as same as my parents, as my siblings have talking a lot, and they have played a big role. So I would say I'm occupied by people who believe in me and they see the positive in me. So I would say I'm just a curious learner to surrounded by positive and supportive people.
Oh, that cool. Love to hear that. And you talk about you have a seven siblings. Actually, I also have a seven siblings. I have six brother and one sister. And Ali, you see that you are a curious person. So I would love to know about what does curiosity means to you. But before that, you say you love learning about the languages. How many languages do you speak? And yeah, first tell us how many languages do you speak, and also give a small message to you, your family in your language or the multiple language, you know.
I would say I speak about four languages fluently, but I can understand a couple more languages because in Pakistan we have about around 70 languages spoken in multiple areas around the country. Most of the languages are similar to each other, and there's like a dialect difference, but a lot. So I am lucky enough that I come from a border area, which basically so I'm from Kharagpur areas. It's a city in province near the border to the province of Punjab, as well as near to the border of Punjab. To the border of province Balochistan, as well as Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. So it's like in a region where we have people coming from different provinces. So my mother tongue is Saraiki. Saraiki is a language of borders. It connects the people of Pakistan. It is the largest spoken language in Pakistan, and it's this language of Sufism and poetry. So I would say a lot of our words and sentences might sound like poetry, but it connects me with people from different provinces back home. Just explain, province is like a state. Like we have states here in the US, we have states in like different countries. So we use the word province for states. So my language, Saraiki, is really like a bridge builder. It's like a bridge building language.
Yeah.
Other than Saraiki, I live in the province of Sindh. So we have a language, Sindhi, which is a provincial language. We have in province a lot of people speak Sindhi because that's the language of the land. So other than Saraiki, I automatically had to learn Sindhi because in our daily lives, out of the house, out of like in the market, we have to speak Sindhi, as well as if you go to the school in the area, you need to know Sindhi to communicate. So other than Sindhi, Urdu, I had to learn Urdu, which is a national language in Pakistan. So as I said earlier, that I had a part of multiple schools in different cities of Pakistan. So I had to travel. So when I travel to a different city, Urdu is like when I travel to a bigger city, Urdu is like a normal way of communication. So I had to learn Urdu. As being a Muslim back home, and currently as being a Muslim is an essential part of our faith to learn Arabic, because of the Holy Quran we are taught to read the Holy Quran. So I had to learn how to read and write Arabic, as well as during my middle school. I would say from 5th grade to 7th grade, we had Arabic teachers, so we learned how to speak Arabic, although I could not continue to learn Arabic, but we learned how to. So I would say I am.
Yeah, let's count what are the four
So-
languages you say.
And my fourth language has been English itself. So these are the languages that I fluently read: English,
English,
Urdu,
Urdu,
Saraiki, Sindhi.
Okay,
Other than these languages, I can read and write Arabic, as well as I can understand Punjabi. I've been trying to recently learn Turkish, as well as Spanish, and I will also try to learn German. But I would say learning three languages at the same time is complicated, so I'm looking forward to learning Spanish as making it my final goal, and I have made a goal that by the end of this year, I want to be at least fluent enough so that I can speak introductory Spanish with my friends who speak Spanish, because I feel like having that different language, having a global language, allows you to connect with a greater audience, greater community, become global person. So it's really valuable learning different cultures. So as for the message, I would say, as for my friends and family, it's pretty hard to choose a language right now.
No, to say the same thing what you are giving, what the message you want to convey in all four languages, the one you said.
I would say Pan ख्याल रखो, फलो फूलो परिवारन जो ख्याल रखो, परिवारन के आज़ादी थोड़ी, उन्हें ते थोड़ा एतबार करो, अगर वो किसी फंसी पिया ना, तो उन्हें के थोड़ी राह दिखा रहे, पर उन्हें के एक्सपेरिमेंट करना, तो आजकल जो बार थोड़ा एडवांस हुआ ना, तरीका तब्दील थी ना, उन्हें आसपास की जगह टेक्नोलॉजी या उनके शिक्षण मौजूद है, उनके सिखाने में या पढ़ाई में या खेलने कूदने में, तो उनके एक्सपेरिमेंट करना चाहिए. अगर तव्हां उनके पंहिंजे तरीक़े सां हलाईंदो या जीअं तव्हांजे वक़्त में शयूं हुयूं, तव्हां उनखे ओतिरी सख़्ती ॾींदो, त पोइ उहो ॿार निखरंदो न, उनखे उनमें उहा तब्दीली न ईंदी. जेको उनमें अचणु खपे, उहो पंहिंजी स्किल्स न ॾेखारे सघंदो. सो पंहिंजे ॿारनि खे थोरो ॿार खे उन्हनि खे सिखण जो, ताकी थोरी सख़्ती में रखिजो. घणी आज़ादी थोड़ी खतरनाक भी है. सो ॿारनि खे घणी आज़ादी भी न ॾियो, पर ॿारनि खे थोड़ी बहुत आज़ादी ॾियो ताकि वो ग़लतियूं कनि, ताकि वो ग़लतियूं कंदा त सिखंदा. अगर तव्हां उन्हनि खे ग़लतियुनि खां बचाईंदो, उन्हनि खे ग़लतियुनि खां महफ़ूज़ रखण जी कोशिशि कंदो, त पोइ उहो हमेशह उन हिकिड़े दॿे में रहिजी वेंदा. सो ॿारनि खे ग़लतियूं करण जो ऐं उहो हिकिड़ो माहौल उन्हनि जे पैदा कयो ताकि वो ग़लतियुनि मां सिखनि. So
which language was that?
That was Sindhi. Okay. So to add that, I would say this.
If you are saying Urdu, make it short.
This is the message for the parents, that allow your children to learn and experiment. Because if you try to bound them and treat them the way you were treated, and if you try to hold them, and if you're like strict towards them the way your parents were to you or your teachers were you, then you might give them a disadvantage to explore themselves. But give them a freedom, but don't give them too much freedom that, or so that they make a lot of mistakes. And as well as don't try to take too much care of them. Don't be so cared about them, like, too much concerned about them. Because if you're too much concerned about them, you are in a way that hindering them to make mistakes and learn from them.
Cool.
So, and in a way, you are basically creating a box, which is it's like a wall, which becomes really complicated and really hard for a child to climb, and they become so isolated and confined that they are unable to learn their own potential. So allow them the ability to make mistakes, learn, by creating an environment of acceptance around it, but by creating by giving them the freedom to make mistakes, but don't give them too much freedom so that they go towards the wrong side. Try to create a balance.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, thank you for using your multilingual creativity and multilingual talent on the stage. Actually, Ali, you said that your father has been to college, so you are not first generation, and I'm the first generation. So I'm basically willing to know that how does it feel to go to the college being not a first generation student? What were the advantages that you got in comparison to the student who are first generation student? Make it short, please.
It's not just advantages. There are a couple of disadvantages as well. On the funny side, my dad went to college and he's been like he first just to add that he has a journey. He's been to college in Pakistan, and then he did masters, and then he again did his masters, and now he's doing his PhD from UMass Amherst. So having a father who's basically moved to, who's had a journey to achieve better education, who always wants to learn and having that curiosity, as I said, like I'm a curious learner. My father is a bigger curious learner. So he's always had books around the house and he's always willing to learn. So he's always on the journey to explore and learn. And education is his passion. He's worked for education and he wants to be part of education. So as being a son of a person who's passionate about education, sometimes, especially in my case, it can be like a roller coaster. How it says, it's like a journey where you are trying to achieve better. So, as I said earlier, that I have been to multiple schools. I've changed multiple schools back in Pakistan. I've studied in different cities in Pakistan because my dad always wanted me always wanted to give me the best. Always wanted his children to receive the best education, receive best life, and it has been his goal because he always is working and like studying, and I'd say his children has been his greatest strength. He always, whatever he's done, whatever he's doing, his children has always come before anything. So he always tries to give them the best. My dad put me in a school which was most expensive at some point. He has been pushing himself to do the best so that he can provide the best. So I'll say my father has been a great support in my education and me growing up. Although like the change in schools was tough because on average, let's say you are changing school in 2 years, it's hard to adjust. But having a father who wants you to achieve the best, he wants you to get the best. So it helps you prepare and be on the safe side that there's someone who's basically supporting you, someone who's standing behind you, guiding you, trying to create a path for you.
That nice. You said guiding. What does guiding mean? Like, how does your father guide you?
My father has guided me in multiple ways. Sometimes he has guided me by giving me advice or like stepping in directly, but sometimes he's guided me indirectly by giving me suggestions like you could do this and then like basically listening to my point of view and having a discussion with him, sharing my ideas of what I want to do. and then like he would add his perspective, and then having my dad already have done like being part of education, who's already has studied, has already done college before, and is currently doing his PhD, has really helped me in a way to choose my decisions. But I would say he never forces me to do something exactly the way he wants. He would suggest me, guide me, and then like show me a path, and then allows me to make my own decisions. As part of it, coming to Springfield College was my own decision. But before deciding it, we discussed together. We sat down. We discussed the major. We discussed the financial aid, which is a big thing as if you're coming as an international student. Financial aid and that net cost, the good life in college here in the US, and then like what I would have to do, what would I have to do, working on the visa, preparing for the visa interview. I guess like having my dad already being part of that, already had that experience, really helped me because I was more, I guess, prepared. I had the idea in shape of my father. I had the idea that I should do this to be on the safe side. I should not do that. I should be more confident. Have a smile on my face because that adds positivity. So having learned from my father has been a great strength, has been a great addition in my life. And I would say whoever I am right now, wherever I'm spending, my father and my mother have been a greatest strength, have been a greatest addition to my success. As my father has showed me the path, has guided me, but my mother has always prayed for me. She always keeps me in her prayers. So I'm glad to be born in a family where which always supports us, which always prays for our success.
Oh, good to hear that. Ali, you have already spent more than 20 years and you have journeyed from Pakistan to United States, Springfield College. Who is your inspiration?
I would say a lot of people have inspirations like famous celebrities, famous actors or athletes or famous spokesperson, anchors, singers. So majority of people I know, majority of friends I know, they always have a celebrity or someone famous as their inspiration. But I'd say that my father is my biggest inspiration because he teaches me a lot. My determination, my curiosity to learn, my patience, and the idea of that of success. Because for a lot of people, wealth can be success. For a lot of people, fame can be success. But for my father, it's
Ali, sorry for interrupting, but let me say one thing.
just to
Tell us in the bullet point what are the things that is inspiration from your father and what are the great learnings that you learned from your father in bullet point. Yes.
I say how I've learned community service from my dad. Working with the community, helping with the people around me, regardless of I know them or not know them. I've learned acceptance, bridge building, acceptance of people diverse from me. As my father always has, friends from different religious groups, different ethnic groups. He's always, so he's always told me stories about them. He's always brought me to meet with his friends. So it has helped me understand that we are not a single community. We cannot never survive as a single community, single mindset. Like if you're a Muslim, you just take with Muslims. If you're a Shia Muslim, you stay with Shia Muslims. Sunni Muslims stay with Sunni Muslim, Christian stay with Christian, or Jew stay with Jew. We are a global community. Humans are Homo sapiens. Humans are social beings. We survive by staying together, meeting with friends, having connections with people from who are different than us, having belief, having a community that is comprised of different features, different faces, different ethnic groups, different. So it's like a bridge, like like you like. So I'm really I'm really inspired by that. I really try to follow that and try to bring it into my life, try to bring it into my community and friends around that. So that has been really helpful. The biggest thing that I learned from my dad is his unending determination and curiosity. He's always willing to learn. Whatever it might be so difficult, might be easy, but he always is willing to learn. He's always learning something new, and he sees he always takes small things for a lesson. He one time told me that you might learn bookish knowledge or definitions in your college or school, like reading a book, just definitions. But the greatest learning is by looking around you. There might be something small happening around you, like a sparrow singing, or the leaves falling around you. So these things around you, or something small happening in your life, somebody might be opening the door for you, or somebody might be giving you a pencil, or these small actions, small things happening around you. They teach you a lot. They help you in your learning. They make you become a better person. So I guess these three important qualities of my dad have helped me become a better person and have helped shape my personality, and they have been allowed me to become a better person. And if they show up, they hopefully will allow me to become a better person, but better than today. Hopefully tomorrow I'm a better person. Hopefully I'm not so mean to you.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. That was like really inspirational, and I like the way you learn from your father and the legacy, a kind of legacy that you are taking. I'm so proud of you. I wanted to ask. Now I want to ask. You are an international student. What it like to be an international student in United States?
As being an international student in the United States, every international student has a different story. Every international student has a different experience. Me, being an international student, I have had, I would say, a little bit different experience than my fellow friends, including you, I would say. First, I'm glad that as soon as I came to the United States to Springfield College, especially for my day one, I was part of Cultural Connections Division program by DEI Office, Diversity, Equity, Inclusion Office here at Springfield College, that allowed me to create and make those connections, learn, and become to adopt to the college environment, to Springfield community right before the new student new student orientation or the classes begin. So I'm glad that I was part of that culture connection leadership program, because it allowed me to make friends. It allowed me to make connections, share people and like from different cultures. That allowed me to meet the people from Bangladesh, Nepal, well, Pakistan, maybe from Pakistan, but like people from America, from having that so Mass people, Connecticut people from Pennsylvania. So bringing that and learning that even in the United States we have multiple cultures, multiple traditions, so that was a good experience. Other than that, I'm glad that as soon as the process began, the professors were so supportive. Even though I was initially, sorry, just to add, it is very, initially I came with a criminal justice major because I was interested in law and I still am interested, sorry, interested in pursuing my career in law. So I came with a criminal justice major, and my freshman year, I was in the class, I was the only Muslim student from Pakistan studying the introduction to criminal justice, surrounded by a majority of white population. So, but that did not lose, that did not lower my confidence, but everyone was so supportive, so friendly. They learned, they motivated me to give my input. The professor was always pushing me. He would always allow me to put my input in. I would listen. There was really acceptance. Everyone was accepting me. And like as soon as my journey began, later on, the International Center for International Students here at Springfield College created multiple opportunities for me as I became, I was part of, so they started a global mentorship program for international students by following the footsteps of Cultural Connections Leadership Program, and they allowed me to be, they selected me, they selected me as one of the first cohort mentors for global mentorship program. And so it allowed me to learn more and play my role, connect with people from diverse communities and cultures. So I guess everyone has been so helpful so far. And everyone has trusted me, everyone has believed in me. Everyone at workplace, I would say, I say I'm blessed. I feel like I'm lucky enough that everyone has supported me, as regardless of being an international student. It just, I would highlight the fact that a lot of international students have trouble adjusting to the food, generally the food around the US college campuses. Having that breakfast with eggs with no salt and pepper could be really troubling. Or just the French toast with or just eating from bagels with cream cheese. A lot of international students normally don't do that. But I'll say it was an experience learning, and initially I did. I don't tell my friends, I don't tell anyone that initially I didn't have issue with the food. I was struggling to adjust for first, I'll say first week.
Yeah, this is nice. So can you tell us like what are the other challenges you face in Springfield College or in United States? One you said food. What are the other things you face?
I'd say that one of the biggest challenge is although I know the language, although I've been told that I'm good at the language, I'd say the language is one of the little issues, as like although we know the language, although we speak the language, there are multiple accents, multiple dialects. Usually, like some people from the south speaking a different language, or like the people from New York are so fast. So having professors or having friends who speak so fast, and like sometimes their words will be so difficult. Sometimes they will speak in a way that it will go so speaking like you're trying to process it, and it goes right behind. But so that's the challenge. But I'm glad that there's support. There's a support that everyone, including the professor, the teacher, the staff, if let's say you are struggling to understand what they say, you can question them and ask them to repeat it. So it allows you to take your time. So I guess they're having multiple challenges, but having the opportunity to communicate, to ask for help, has helped me move through these challenges.
Yeah, good to hear that. But in the conversation, you said I was lucky in the job place. What does that mean? What do you mean by lucky?
I'll say everyone has a different story when working for applying for a job usually. So in lucky in a way that there's a story behind it. The story is as simple as that about 10 years ago during my middle school, my dad asked me to learn two skills, being cooking and music. So I started to learn cooking, and I had this passion of cooking, trying new dishes, preparing new dishes, eating new dishes, new flavors, experimenting with multiple flavors. So I just like cooking was really essential part of my life. So when I came here, I applied before even reaching here. I had applied for all the jobs available on the student plan and student plan board. Unfortunately, I only got the interview for one job from recreation office here at Springfield College. But unfortunately, I did not get the job. I don't remember the reason, but somehow I did not get the job. But as soon as I got here on campus, I talked with multiple people, the people I have connected with, being part of CCRP, Cultural Professional Leadership Program, and visiting different departments, like the DEI office, as well as the international office, as well as the spiritual life office. They helped me, they told me that the dining hall helps international students, and they are usually open for international students. So it's pretty easy to get a job, and they did so they pay good amount, like $15 an hour, which is good for a Springfield College student.
Yeah, and in this topic, I totally agree with Ali because we just finished our junior year, so we are like senior. And from our class, Ali is the first international student who got the job, and he also helped us to get the job in. Like I remember you helped me to talk with them, fill the form, and these all things for the job. So thank you very much for that.
I'm glad to help them.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I could help you.
Thank
But
you. Yeah.
it was you who made it possible for me to help you, because you asked me for it. If you had not asked, I would have not been able to help.
Oh, that is so nice of you.
So I want to just to add to that. So working for the dining hall has been really helpful with my passion of cooking. So that's why I would say that I'm lucky enough, because I am pursuing a degree that I'm passionate about in law. On top of that, I am working at the dining hall and improving my passion in cooking. So a lot of people don't have that opportunity or the luck to work on their degree as well as continue to learn or improve their passion.
Love to hear that.
So
That's impressive.
that's how I'm lucky and I would call myself lucky and blessed that I got this opportunity.
That's cool. That's cool. Thank you for sharing that.
And I'm glad that by working for the dining hall, although I'm a student worker, but they have given me the opportunity to work as a full-time worker. They take my input in, they allow me to experiment.
So what do you mean by full-time worker?
Not like by full-time, I mean that they listen to me.
Oh, okay, okay.
Like usually a lot of times, like when you're a student worker, you are just at the front serving or like, just at the front. But usually like with me is like the supervisor take my input, the director, the boss at the dining hall, she listens to me, she takes my input. So that's why I feel like, although I'm a student worker, but I feel like I've been treated like a full-time,
Yeah, glad to hear that.
full-time, a regular worker, and I'm glad and blessed for in that manner as well.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that. Ali, now I want to ask, like, can you share any incident, story, or event that has truly changed or shaped you who you are now?
There had a also my life is a whole story. My life is a whole experience. Although I still have not the opportunity to try a lot of adventures like skydiving or jumping or like multiple risky fun adventures. But I'm glad that I got this opportunity unwillingly, without knowing that I got the opportunity to change multiple schools. Although initially it felt like it's too much, it's too difficult, but this experience allowed me to get to better schools at the end before I moved to the US. And the change in city from Karachi in province, which is way down way down south Pakistan, to the capital of Pakistan, Islamabad, one of the most beautiful capitals in the world. I would say, being a diplomatic country, diplomatic city is very quiet usually. So if you're an American person who wants to have fun, stay away from it. If you are a person who likes nature and beauty, who likes clown and so Islamabad is the best place. If you ever get to visit Pakistan, inshallah, if you ever get decide to visit Pakistan, I would highly recommend you visit Islamabad after you visit my hometown.
Sounds good.
So,
Sounds like a plan.
Definitely. So Islamabad is going to play a big role in creating my personality because before Islamabad, I moved to Islamabad at the age of 12. So before Islamabad, I was a very timid guy. I was very shy. I was always a backbencher. I never spoke properly. I would say I was not that confident enough to even shake hands, even with my friends or my teachers or anyone. So I was so shy, timid, and always stepping in the box. Not because of my family, it was because I would say I didn't have that in me yet, but as well as the environment was not so supportive. And me, as I always say, I'm a slow learner. I take time to process things. So having that change, the movement of change with Islamabad, allowed me to learn in a different environment, meeting people who were from different classes, who were from different backgrounds. Some being from really elite, wealthiest families, some being from lower class, some being from upper middle class families, some from lower middle class families. So the experience of meeting people from different backgrounds and conditions, because in Islamabad is in the central location, but it's in the north, so it has people from, because it's the capital, it has people from Central, which is south, country Balochistan, which is also in the southwest. It has the people from Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, which is in the northwest, as well as Punjab, which is the biggest province of Pakistan by population. So it has a, you could say, a collection of people, traditions, languages. So having friends in that has an environment of people from different groups, so it gave me a boost. On top of that, the people were so excited. I made mistakes, and they pushed me. They made me feel that although I made mistakes, I was still improving. They guided me, they gave me tips, strategies, they showed me paths. And they were pretty supporting in me, and that's the time where I started to learn English.
That's nice.
So we have going to Islam, that's where all the schools I stayed in, we had English. English as a medium of learning, and my friends were supportive of me, even though I made a lot of mistakes. I was speaking English or writing English. When I see my notebook from my sixth grade or fifth grade or seventh grade, I still laugh at myself. I like, this is me, writing this sentence because this does not make any sense. It's like gibberish. But I'm glad that even though I was struggling everyone was supporting. So Islamabad played a big role in changing my life from a really shy person who was always in a box, who was like not so social, who was not so confident, and I guess Islamabad, that and the schools I stayed in Islamabad, the environment, the friends I had in Islamabad helped me become the person I call curious to learn, because that's the time I learned that I can ask questions.
Oh, glad to hear that.
Because I feel like when you don't ask questions, when you don't question yourself, you don't learn. And when you don't ask questions, you're isolating yourself from the other perspective, which might be better than yours or worse than yours, but you will not know unless you ask about it. So my father gave me this greatest tip that you may never be able to ask a lot of questions or like, multiple questions, but always ask 5 questions. Yeah, he said always have 4 W's and 1 H. Like why, what, where, when, who, and how. If you focus on these 5 questions, you know most of the information you need to know, most of the facts, you know most of things that help you decide whether it's good, bad, is it helpful, what's happening, what's not. So if you just ask 5 questions, you learn a lot. And that idea helped me grow and allowed me to sit here with you.
Thank you for sharing the great tips. I like that.
And thank you for bringing me here, because I feel really blessed talking with you. And I'm glad that we are doing this, because I feel like we have been talking about it, but we never got the opportunity to do this because of my schedule as well as your schedule. And we have been talking about doing this from fall.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this semester was really occupied with my internship, my work, and my classes, as well as your multi-adventurous life with multiple adventures in your life and classes, multiple basically multiple ideas, startups. As on top of that, you have been doing great with the community here. So I guess like having that conflict was not allowing us to come to this table earlier, and I'm glad we had this opportunity of this time today that we both are available to have this conversation. I'm really blessed and happy that I'm talking to you at this stage, and thank you. Thank you for having me, giving me this opportunity.
Thank you for joining us today. It was great. I think this was one of the great conversations, and I'm so glad that I got the tips that you learned from your father, and from this we understood that how much you have learned and inspired from your father. I think that's one of the great takeaway for me, at least one of the great takeaway for me from this podcast. And I'm sure there are a lot of other great takeaway for our listener. And thank you again for joining us and tuning in to the Let's Grow. Until the next time, keep learning and keep growing, and we will see you all in some other episode of Let's Grow channel.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for your time and for